was only for the night.
We're riding around the world to road test Ruffly gear in the K9 Moto Cockpit and to raise $100,000 for Girl Up. Every 6 months, we tackle a new challenge. First was the Arctic Ocean, then the Darien Gap, and now we're aiming for the bottom of South America.
My heart is home with you.
On Jess's bright idea, we set up the tent last night in that little area that we found, and it worked beautifully. Then it rained, and so we sort of had to hunker down in a flash, and it really kind of poured on us for a while. And then it was brutally windy at periods, and at some point we had to remove the fly. It fortunately stopped raining. And basically we used the fly over us inside in case it were to rain again. The sort of outside of the tent would get wet, but all of our stuff and our sleeping bags and ourselves inside the tent would be more or less protected, probably less protected. Fortunately, it didn't return to rain, and we got a reasonable, not a great, but reasonable night's sleep. And now we're something like maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes from our destination here.
Greg's down here packing up the tent. It was hard to get it together because of all of this wind. It's like there's no way that you can go that it's not going to try and fling it open. We got Whimsy here. She's tied up against this truck so that she doesn't go wandering. But it's cold and windy. But we don't have that much longer, and then we're going to be on the other side, and then we can look for some shelter, I think. My best shelter right now was the bathroom. So we were like basically the first ones on the boat, and now we're the last ones off the boat. That's only our own thing. By the time we got down here and got organized, it's good though, because everybody else is able to sort of pass by us, and we can take our time, especially with Whimsy and everything, making sure that everything is organized before we actually set off. And so now we're actually leaving. We're in Chaitén. It's beautiful weather so far. Today it's supposed to be nice, and tomorrow it's going to rain and turn to shit. But we're going to go. Whimsy obviously hasn't been able to pee or poop on this boat, so we're going to have to take a little rest break for her soon and have a little breakfast for ourselves. But it's looking to be a good day.
And just like that, we are off the ferry, and we're in this beautiful park here in Chaitén, which was a great place for Whimsy to do one of her two businesses, actually two of her three.
Hey, Whimsy, come.
We've got a local dog who has invaded our public space here. So in the meantime, we're breakfasting. Jessica's stripping layers like nobody's business, because she was so insulated on the boat, and now it's actually pleasant out. So we do this, and then we actually begin the Carretera Austral.
Well, this was a nice little rest stop for us, and it's not, a lot of the times this happens. We get off somewhere, we got off the ferry, or we're just up the hotel or something, and you find something really nice, but it feels like it's a little bit too close to where you just started, and you haven't made any distance. But we've actually got quite a bit of time to make our way south to this next Airbnb that I have scheduled. And I did it on purpose because I thought that with the ferry we'd be exhausted and we wouldn't be able to do the distance today. Today's a beautiful day. So I think we're just going to take it easy and make our way down and have times like this where we can just stop and enjoy the parks and let her have some time off the bike and decompress. After being on the ferry and everything, and then being with the penguins too, it's like there's a lot of people. So this is nice that she can just sort of be in the nature again.
I too am quite peopled out. We've had a visitation from a local neighbor dog, And Whimsy has kind of gone down the ugly road of a little bit of food aggression. As she's gotten a little older, a little tougher, a little more capable, she's, bullying these younger, smaller dogs when there's food around. So Jessica is doing a little bit of training and sensitization or desensitization.
Quiet.
Just like that. That Whimsy has to stay patient and try to relax while food is in the picture, and she's even giving it to the other dog. About 20 minutes riding along the Carretera Austral. It is phenomenally gorgeous. We're just passing one beautiful river after another. Fishable, campable. It's like we want a day on each river, but we can't. And now we're at a roadblock here, because apparently there's been a bit of a landslide or something and they're cleaning the highway. That's the initial probably bullshit information that I got from someone who, like us, is waiting and doesn't really know why.
They're repairing it.
But it seems to be a repair, and they're moving vehicles in the other way towards us, which probably means we're going to get to go sooner rather than later.
Well, we got a campsite. Greg found us one. I found it initially, and then Greg found it. Stand. Just stay. And it's there's a couple other people that are here. It's an iOverlander site when I actually looked at it. But it's close to this little village where you can just go and get some eggs for the morning. And it's better than getting a paid campground. The only difference is the paid campground would have had hot water showers, but that's okay. But there's a really nice river, and we'll try and go fishing.
So it's not a one-horse town, but it's basically a 5-house and 2-truck town. And there's supposed to be a little bit of a market here. The senora, the old lady who runs it, but she's been gone for multiple days, so anybody's guess what that means. I went to a house where the woman was outside with her 2 children and asked about it, and nothing. So I asked if anybody sells eggs around here, because breakfast is what we're all about for tomorrow. And she said, maybe this house here with the truck in front of it, one of the 2 in this town, has hens. Maybe she sells. So I've just knocked on the door. She's checking. We'll see. So I went over there, and yes, she has hens. She gave me 6 with a baker's half dozen, I guess. And I asked, oh, but there's 7 in here. And she said, that one's a gift in case one breaks. Epilogue to the 2-truck, 5-house town saga that happened for all of about 15 minutes today. The woman who has the supermarket, Cabaña, and cafe, who's been gone for several days, the story is not that something has happened. This wasn't an ill-fated accident or something. She's away visiting her kids at their campo, their land. So everybody's fine, and she will be returning.
I see forever when I look in your eyes. A love that is deeper than the blue in the sky. You are my heart. You are my heart.
Hi guys, thanks for watching GoRUFFLY in real time. If you love Whimsy's gear, head on over to GoRuffly.com and check out our collars, leashes, beds, bandanas, and more for your dog and all the dogs that you know. And if you're interested in the K9 Moto Cockpit, which is how Whimsy rides with me on the back of my motorcycle, you'll get all that information about sizing, mounting, and everything else at GoRuffly.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe.